We are all aware of the riots taking place in England right now. It started in London and now it's spread to surrounding areas like Leeds, Liverpool, Bristol, Bingham, whatever. When this started, the police were just making comments like these are criminal elements. They're just causing trouble. A few hours later, the police are begging young people to go home. They're scared of what is happening now. At first they were written off as just troublemakers looking to cause damage. Now they're begging them to go home because they're afraid. Rioting in Tottenham started when 29-year-old father of four, Mark Duggan, was murdered by police. Police claim he opened fire on them when they stopped the cab that he was in and they were going to arrest him as part of a pre-planned arrest operation. They claim he came out of the cab and started firing at police officers. Police claim that a bullet from Duggan had hit a police radio. They've also said that a non-police issue weapon was confiscated at the scene. The police returned fire and killed him instantly. However, according to the UK Guardian, unreleased ballistics test that is soon to be released shows that the bullet that is in the radio came from a police issue weapon. Duggan was murdered by the police. Witnesses saw Duggan on the ground and was shot while he was being restrained. He was not resisting arrest. Witnesses saw him on the ground getting murdered, and the police are trying to cover it up. Television commentators in the media have already started up their usual tirade about just random troublemakers trying to cause problems. They've got nothing better to do than bother decent, hard-working people who just pay their taxes and live out their lives. They've already begun denouncing those rioters as troublemakers who just don't want to work and just want to cause trouble for the system. Now, there is no doubt that these fires and riots are ugly circumstances. In truth, very few people know why these riots are happening. They don't know because they're not in these areas. They are not in the areas where these riots are taking place. They don't know what the conditions are like for people there. It's a very disturbing situation. People don't know because they're not paying attention to what has been going on in Tottenham. Nobody has been paying attention to what has been happening in Tottenham since the Broadwater Farm riots of 1985. The conditions there are falling apart. They're falling apart all over these kinds of places in the UK. And the media is just looking the other way and pretending that this is just another phase of the crash recovery cycle. An NBC report asked a young man in Tottenham if these riots were accomplishing anything. "Yes," said the young man. "You wouldn't be here talking to me now if we didn't riot, would you? 2 months ago, we marched to Scotland Yard, more than 2,000 of us, all blacks, and it was peaceful and calm, and you know what? Not a word in the press. Last night, a bit of rioting and looting, and look around you. There are communities all over the country that nobody paid attention to unless there had recently been a riot or a murdered child. Well, they're paying attention now." I am tired of all the complaints about the riots and the violence that's taking place. Of course, in certain circumstances, it's okay to use it. Think about it. If somebody came into your home, took away your ability to get an education, took away your ability to get a job, started taking away your health care, what would you do? You're going to sit there and ask them not to do it? The vast majority of the people in Britain don't want this happening. Literally, the government is breaking into people's lives and taking everything for the benefit of the rich. This is what happens when you invade people's homes and destroy their lives. There's a saying Chinese revolutionaries had. The emperor can burn an entire city to the ground, but the people are forbidden from lighting a single candle. Despite all the claims of just crazies and lazy people don't want to work and just want to cause trouble, riots are about one thing: power. And that is all it has ever been about, is power in society. These people are taking power, even if it's only for one night. These are people who got up every day and were told that they were worthless by the system. They were told they were worthless by society. Oh, you're unemployed. You just must not want to work. You must be a lazy piece of garbage. And then come up with some kind of semi-social Darwinist virtue of selfishness kind of BS to legitimize degrading these people. They grow up being told that they're worthless and they're garbage. And for one night, even if just for one night, they said, no, we matter. Just for one night, they took power away from those people who have been telling them that for decades, for generations. That's what this riot is about. Even if less understood by the majority, it's about taking power away from the people who have dumped on them their whole lives, generations. That's what it's about. It's about power. The ruling class in Britain, the capitalists, the government, they brought this on themselves. For 30 years, they've been taking away their education. They have been taking away the social structure, the support system, their livelihoods, people's living standards, their community, taking away everything it is that makes their lives what they are. They have been destroying the lives of people for 30 years. This is what happens when you declare war on somebody. They fight back. And even if it is in a very disorganized, sometimes even counterproductive way, they're fighting back. The elite, the rich, the government, they brought this on themselves. They've been destroying people's lives for 30 years. And this is the kind of retaliatory measure that they get. And to be honest, I think, in my opinion, they deserve a lot more. The elites thought they could just get away with doing all this to people. They were wrong. But I'm asking you, what do you think? Do you support the people in the riots? And on the larger issue, what do you think they should be doing now to return their lives to the way they were 30 years ago? Let me know in the comment section below.